Hi, and welcome to the second development update video. In this video, I'll probably cover some of the stuff I've already covered previously, but there have been a few changes, and I thought it's probably best to go through them and just give you the full experience. So first thing, I guess, is it's not very different. I think the only difference is the fact that I've added a bandit in the mix as a way to maybe get a few more supplies. And not have all the focus be on you. So let me kill off a few of these. So the zombie bow is still the one that has all the gear you need to wear. And what I've done, these zombies typically spawn and are the only ones that would have this gear in the game. So if you were to fail this quest, you wouldn't be able to actually finish this. So what I've done is I made sure that even though it's not that difficult to stay alive at the beginning here, I've actually given you a little bit more health, taking away the broken arm, because the broken arm with the concussion would actually give you a 50 health penalty, which is probably a lot when you're starting off the game. So what I've done to make sure that you could complete this quest if you ever died and had to respawn somewhere else is that all the base zombies will now have clothing. So whichever ones you see here will end up with some clothing. Let's see, there are a couple bags. So that looks like it was Linda's bag. I'll make sure to pick that up. You don't really have to, but it does give you a little bit of an advantage. And wow, there are two of them, so it looks like there were two bandits. So this was probably Linda's bag. What I've done is I've converted some of the eyewear to have some impact on your genetics and your perks within the genetics line. So I'll pick up those. Let's just see what was in the second one. Oh no, see, this was Linda's bag. It's got a lot more. So the other one was probably a Willy. Willy has the stone axe. So as you can see, there's still the requirement to wear the shirt, pants, and shoes, but you will have access to some bandit stuff. The bandits now will drop whatever they're wearing, and as you can see, normally these things do not have armor rating or any stats whatsoever other than cold and heat resist. And I have added some here, which means that killing off some of the bandits and getting their stuff is probably better than what he's used to be. Let me just get his stuff and wear it so we can complete this quest. So this is pretty much the same thing. Nothing's changed there, so we'll just keep going. If you want to have an idea of what this looks like, you can either pause the video or look at the previous ones. I've added some of the portraits. Kind of was annoying to just have a blank here. And let's pick up a few things. Mission's the same. He wants you to find some shelter. Let's do that right away. That's pretty close. So let's go and get to that mission. Well, I've added a few more pop-ups to give you a little bit more information in terms of what to expect and to give you an understanding of the lines, the genetic lines, and how you progress in them. So a lot of it is learning by doing, which means that if you were to do these things, then you'll slowly level up whatever genetics line is listed here. Again, I'll let you read through that if you want to pause the video, but let's just go straight to the mission. 400s. And I'll just kill this guy just to, again, show you. If you wanted to pick up, whoops, let's actually. I've made this guy a little bit tougher than all the other ones because he is a little bit bigger. So if you were to pick up his stuff, you will find a steel pickaxe, but every time you'll see a grade like that, it's a little bit like your gun and your club. You won't be able to repair them. So it's not a huge advantage. It is an advantage in the sense that you do pick up an axe, but it's not overpowered. Of course, I'm in water. Once it does break, that's it. It's done. I don't know if I've done this one before. Let's just clear it pretty fast. Most of you have seen this stuff already. Same thing. You're supposed to select your home and decide whether or not this is suitable for your needs. And once you do that, you'll put Briston down. This is a little bit new. He gives you a little bit more information, tells you that you will get a starter pack, and obviously, once he's put down a few seconds later, you will have some visitors. So it's important that you take care of them. And he does tell you that you will have some DNA boosts, and once you're done with using them, or the one that you have, you'll have to go back to him to get some more. And they are not cheap. So you can level your genetics lines like strength by doing the actions as I mentioned. The actions, just a reminder if you didn't pause, for strength would have been fighting, but not the range attacks. It would be digging, cutting down trees, breaking down stuff, the usual. And if you want to go a little bit faster and advancing those lines, then you would actually have to buy some DNA boosts from Briston, and those DNA boosts will definitely help you progress faster, but they will require you to get some dukes. So essentially doing some missions and using those dukes to kind of power level you through those lines. So we'll just get rid of these guys, and then looks like I do have to talk to him, probably to get the map to where those starter packs are found. Oh my god, of course. No more ammo. Alright, now that that's done, let's go talk to him. So he essentially told you in the previous dialogue that he's all out of knowledge packs. And if you were to pick one of those, I have provided some information in terms of the skills that they're tied to. I will pick, just for the sake of it, Constitution, because I do want to focus on being able to carry more stuff. So let's do that. So we'll just start this quest, which is essentially getting to that starter pack. It does require you to dig, which means that you have to get a shovel. In order to get a shovel, you have to make one. So one thing I've done is I've changed the recipes for the primitive tools. Instead of having fiber, I've used rope, and rope is actually going to replace a lot of the duct tape in the recipes. I just found that duct tape was way too overused, and so I've added rope, which we will craft, and then we'll need some wood and some stone. So let's go and do that. I think it's 5 stone and 3 wood, if I remember reading that correctly. Oh, I got 3 wood there. Okay, and then once I've done that, it will tell me the location where I need to dig. So let's go and do that. Where's my shovel? There we go. And I don't want these digging quests to be completely ridiculous. The tier 1 buried supplies is long enough, so I think it requires 10 blocks before it reduces the radius. This is only 2, if I remember correctly. There we go. So it shouldn't take you too long. And unlike the buried supplies, once you find the box, there's no spawning of zombies, so you can relax. I mean, there's been enough spawning of zombies already. No need to add more. We'll be done this in a few seconds. Hopefully, I'll get to it quite quickly. So you'll get to the stash, which will contain a backpack, which Briston essentially said he wanted to have you bring back to him so he could verify the contents before you actually ingest that DNA boost. You don't want to be ingesting something that will screw you over, so he just wants to do a little verification before actually handing you that pack. I think in the previous pack I had, so let's pick this. Alright, so it'll say, just like it used to contain before, it'll have a class reference book, and wants you to return the pack to him so that he could, let's go fast here, so that he can just check the contents. Okay, says it's all good. So you dug for a Constitution starter pack, which we'll check out in a second. And now he's telling you about the class reference book. He will give you a little bit more information in terms of what you get as an initial boost for your level 0 skills that you have over here. If you pick Hunter, you'll get 50% dexterity. So as you can see, dexterity went up a little bit, probably because we ran and we jumped and a few things like that. Not much on the other sides. So we'll pick, I don't know, let's pick Hunter because Hunter gives you a couple items to start. So we'll open up the bag. Take the Constitution boost, which will give us, I think it's something like 25 or 20%, 25%, I believe. So you got the class reference book, which we will craft into, we said, the Hunter. And this is an addition. You get sunglasses that are tied to your Constitution line. And what you can do, as you say, it says check recipes for options and the details. It'll give you information to what it actually gives you. So these glasses can be crafted into glasses that up your genetics line along with one of these skills. I'll just continue to focus on pack meal because that's why I said I wanted to up my Constitution. And so let's make some of these pack mule classes. So I do not have a concussion anymore, which is good. And as you can see, I'm at 0 everywhere except for the choice is mine, which is something that in the previous video I explained you get as part of your first quest. So let's wear these sunglasses, and you'll see that it gives you 1 in the genetics line and gave you 1 in the pack mule. And with you having 1 in genetics, it opens up some of this here. I think it was genetics and something else. Anyway, but you can actually spec in healing factor and iron gut if you wanted to. And the way you do that is, the only way you actually can do that is by buying these training books from Briston, and they have associated cost to them depending on I guess the importance of the skill. the cost will be higher. Like Miner 69, as you can see, is quite expensive. But if you wanted to reduce your dig radius with Treasure Hunter, then that's just not as important, so it's less expensive. We do have some instructions to follow here. I'll get rid of this stuff because we don't really need it at this time. And as you can see, the pack mule number 1 let me carry 4 more items, and it goes up to 25. And you'll say, well, 25, that's huge. You know, you don't have 25 slots. I have the intention on growing this, so this will be much bigger. Let's get rid of some of these things. When you do, I think it's only 2 of the bandits. When you do kill them, 2 of them will have some goggles, and the goggles are tied to a specific skill that it will up for you. Just in case, let's put these here. So let's become a hunter, and as you saw, let's go look at it again. It says that as soon as you become a hunter, you'll get a 50% boost to dexterity and 25 to constitution, so expect these things to level up. Let's see, we have this here to put down. Let's rate it. There are a few things in there that are new. Let's wear his gear. Might as well just look the parts. We don't need the bandit stuff. All right, let's replace our bow because we got a better bow. We won't use the club, and we got some better tools here. I will keep the iron pickaxe because this one cannot be repaired, and this one I can throw away. Okay, so let's actually go up and become a hunter. As you saw, dexterity went up, constitution went up, and now I have spares and bows open to me. And I do have to put that trainer down, so let's put Olivia here. So it'll tell you that your focus is on spare and bow skills, and you will unlock sniper at hunter level 5. And the way you level up these skills here is by doing damage to your foes or killing them, and headshots will obviously give you a little bit more experience. And as it explains here again, once you reach a certain level here, all your next set of experience will go in leveling the class and go back to the skill once that's leveled. Okay, so I went fast on the dialogues, but essentially I do have to, let's just test this out, make sure it works. I do have to get some supplies for Briston. It's kind of one of the last jobs for him before he kind of lets me go. As you can see, spears did level up, and let's try and get this guy here. I really suck at bows, so I see. Perfect example. And I don't know if I didn't kill him. And obviously I didn't shoot him in the head, so less experience. Do another body shot. I killed him, so that's why I got a bit more experience. And I should be changing to my iron arrows anyway. So let's go get this supply. And I do believe that when you get close, when you get close, I do spawn a bunch of zombies, so you kind of have to get rid of them before you do anything. But that's okay. More experience for us. Headshots. I didn't really change the damage of the spares. I mean, they're not great, but they do have quite a bit of range, which is good. And I didn't start you off. I think I had previously started you off with a stone one, which is just not good enough. I mean, why would you get a primitive one when you have a trainer? Let's level up the bow a little bit. If I can actually shoot her. It's gonna be too long. Witness to my amazing combat skills. So I mentioned that the base zombies will get some clothing. I think I went up to the fat female or female fat. I can't remember what her name is. And Mo. And after that, there's just no looting. Okay, so where's that dig site? Let's use the new tools. So I believe in the supplies here. I mean, you're not very hungry yet, but you're gonna fight and you're gonna dig and do all sorts of things. So I think I give you some foods. I forget. Let's just go in God mode so we have stamina to finish this faster. There we go. Come on. I can see it. I think you can't crouch in God modes. Right. So you get a Trader Network flyer. I think in the dialogue he did mention that he would introduce you, or I could find a flyer that would lead me to a number of traders, get some food, and get the supply crate that he was asking for. And just like the other one, the normal buried supply, you will get a whole bunch of zombies, but as you can see, there's quite a few more. So we'll leave them be and go see our traders. So I'll return this to him. He suggests taking the meds. I will take some vitamins because you never know. And then he gives you a little bit of information in terms of how to take advantage of the water mains that still have some water in here. So if you were to, he wants you to pick up some murky water and you can essentially, let's get out of God mode. I think there's only, yeah, there are two sinks. So you can use any sink. It's your the primary action. You can use any shower head, bath, or faucet and get some murky water from there. And essentially asks you to, gives you a campfire and a cooking pot. I don't know how much of a pain getting the cooking pots are early game, and I don't see why it should be an issue. Gives you some woods and tells you you should be boiling some water because he suggests you make some coffee. So I have unlocked a number of recipes off the bat. Like everyone should be able to make coffee. It's not rocket science. Let's kill these guys off. Um, you should be able to make bacon and eggs. You should be able to make spaghetti. I mean, some of this stuff is fairly easy to do in real life, so they should be easy when you're out in this world. And I have changed the value um, of some of these. So if you went to the stats, as you can see, like the food consumption, health, and water of a lot of this stuff. Miso soup, food is okay. Water, yeah. So I've reduced a lot of it, especially in the health. I mean, food, yes. Spaghetti, as an example, I think would give you something like 120 food, which is completely ridiculous. So I put that down to something reasonable. And in terms of health, I essentially want people to focus on the drugs rather than the food. You shouldn't be eating 1,000 eggs and be okay. So I want you to focus on these, but I have reduced them. So this used to be 30, it's down to 20, and this used to be 40, it's down to 25. And anyway, I've played around with a few things like that. The other thing I have changed is all these iron tools. Actually, let's keep this going. Coffee. I think that takes a minute. Right. So in terms of, let's put this aside, of these tools, what I've done is because they are still fairly primitive, I have done another repair kit, which is a scrap iron repair kit. So when it comes to your scrap iron stuff, whether it's a spear or some tools, it could be your baseball bat, you can repair with one of these. So and these are not that difficult to make. Let's see, just requires some wood and some iron. So I thought that just made a bit more sense than how they wanted us to use repair kits for absolutely everything. And those repair kits required a lot of duct tape. It was a little much, so I simplified it as much as I could. So let's get this. And same thing as I mentioned with the bacon and eggs. He gave you a little bit of meat and some eggs and is asking you to cook some. So while this is, I think this might be the end of that quest line. So um, while this is going, I'll just show you the trainer a little bit. So the trainer only has this in terms of the inventory. So let's get it. It is really, as you can see, it doesn't do any damage. It's really only to combine with one of the jobs. It's not here. Let's try and find it. Okay, personal training, which we'll try later. And personal training is essentially you training with Olivia. I mean, it's just like one-on-one fighting. And you equipping this is really important because that's hitting her with it will signal the fact that you're done your training. You don't want to train anymore. All right, so let's pick up these. And now that we've picked up these, we kind of have a choice. We could go and visit the traders. And actually, let's go and do that. So the closest trader would be there. I don't know why I threw that. Let's go pick it up. It's fairly close, so let's just go directly. Okay.
What a wonderful. Now we're.
Once you talk to them, you get a choice of one of these cans. And it does tell you that they want you to do some jobs for them, and that at the end of 10 of those tier 1 jobs, they'll introduce you to the farmer trader, handyman, and then eventually the black shield trader. So just adding a bit more information to help guide you through all of this. Nothing different here, same jobs. I'm not going to worry about that now, so let's just go back to where we were. If I can remember, I believe it was here. And let's do this. Let's do this personal training mission. Here, as I mentioned, says you should get that trainer weapon and put it in your tool belt, hit him with it once you want to end your training session. So let's just go and do that quickly. And all it's really meant to do at this point, let's use this because we want to level this weapon, is give you an opportunity to have someone to essentially hit once in a while. And it's a tier 1. Whoa. As you can see, she has a lot of life, so there's no way that you could kill her, at least early game like that. And just to show you, I think, yeah, she does have a little bit of a run boost. As you can see, she runs a little bit closer to you. If you try to get away, at least she'll catch up with you a little bit. See, I'll just go slowly like that. See her running like that. So let's just kill her off. There you go. So this lets you level your skills a little bit. Nothing special about that. But as she goes up in tiers, obviously she does a little bit more damage, and she will run to you in those boosts a little faster and more often. The other one is crowd control. Essentially, she says, I've got some disciples that you can go and train with. Where did I put it? Try to keep the missions not too far so they're not stuck having to travel all the time. And essentially just disciples of the trainer, and you get to practice your skills with them. Just like anything else, if you were to, I mean, they'll come for you, but if you were overwhelmed by either zombies or them, then just go between them and zombies, and there should be some fighting between them. I mean, the zombies should start to hit them, or I'm going to be called a liar here. Come on, zombies, help me. This is not... oh, there we go. They hit him. Anyway, you get the picture. Let's kill those off. And I believe the last one, where is my... I think it's over there. Probably be best if I put a marker. The last one is called the skulls. Let's not go too far too. I do every time there's a mission, even with the normal traders, that counts towards that tier job completion. I do put it down there so that you're aware. And let's go and do this. This is, I think it's a fetch. And what happens in this, it's just a normal fetch, just, without having to go to the traders for jobs. If you want to stick with the trainer for a little bit, it's one way to do that. I should just start it. Where was the marker? There it is. So what will happen here is you're going to have, it's like another faction called the Skulls. They're a little bit crazy. See these guys here. And if you do try to lock them out, what happens is they'll try to get to you still. And like, where are you? I don't know if they fight the zombies off. Oh, there they are. Anyway, they will break blocks pretty easily. Let's just kill her off so that he can concentrate on me. Can you see me? Hey, buddy. You don't have the best AI, do you? That's it. You can do it. Wow. You're disappointing. So let's just kill him off. This guy won't give you any drop loot. Oh, let's see, I actually have to change that caption. But if you find them in biomes, anyone in a biome that will have a backpack will drop typically whatever weapon they're carrying. And in this case, he had a steel axe, and it's the same thing as the. Oh, buddy. It's the same thing as the steel pickaxe. You can use it, but you won't be able to repair it, and it may not come at 100% quality or durability, I should say. What did you have? I think you had a pickaxe. Yeah, take your dukes though. So let's see, was there anything else we needed to cover here? I think that was the main thing in the changes development so far. Talked about those glasses. We talked about the change in the dialogues. Skull's mission is new. The training missions in general weren't there before. And the other thing that wasn't there before is that whole leveling of these skills here. As you can see, I fought a little bit. I broke some stuff down, so this goes up. As I do missions, I think intelligence and charisma go up. And the other thing I think I should mention is that I've removed all of those perk books. I've streamlined the schematics. I think if you were to go into, actually, let's go into a bookstore quickly. I've added the generic book, this guy here, that you can scrap for paper. And the schematics that you'll typically find in these bookshelves, you'll find a little bit less, find a lot more of these books. But what you do find is typically going to be to craft um, some vehicles, maybe some tools and recipes for food for sure. And with that, I guess we'll end it here and see you in the next update.